Welcome to another episode of the GUERICAST. My name is Tomas do Prado Coelho. I'm your host here in those episodes. And what we do here, if you are new in this channel or in this video, we interview immigrants just like me. I'm a Brazilian guy living in Norway for over 5 years, and I bring people I met in the street, in the business, in life here in Norway, and I like to go deeper in their life, understand motivations, why people immigrate, why people are living here in Norway, just like I do. I think everyone have different people. Today I have a nice guest.
Hello.
Nico
Postovik.
Postovik.
Yeah.
Quite a difficult surname for a Brazilian. Yeah. Are you originally from Ukraine? We're gonna talk about your life. So what we usually do, we take the guests, we set like a lifetime, and we go through their history and places you've been. And I know you a little bit. We met in Molde in the swimming pool, and we talk about, I know your profession, you travel a lot, so I think it's gonna be very interesting podcast. Thank you for coming
thank you for invitation.
To be available in this hour, and let's go through. So which city you born in Ukraine?
It's actually small village near to Nikolai. It's like,
how is more like, how many people we're talking about in the village?
At that time, because it was Soviet Union when I was born, 87, it was Soviet Union, and at that time it was like 15,000 people. And when I left in 16, usually it was like 10, but now it's quite less. Because
people migrate to big cities, or they try.
And that time when I was younger, and it was very famous to move in Canada, actually. Many my neighbors moved to Canada.
What was the production in there? What people usually do? They were like was it like a farm area?
We had some fabrics like with milk. That's like farming generally, but if you keep some animals.
Countryside. And which city is the biggest closed city?
Nikolai.
Never.
I think it's occupied by Russia. I think, but I'm not sure.
And did you study your high school, your school time?
In the middle school in village. Then I moved in Odessa. It's bigger city because I have like dream to be a seaman. So there it was 4 probably special schools for that. So
in Ossia was a good.
In Odessa.
Odessa.
It's different city. It's not my region, but and I moved there for study.
And that you study to be a what?
You can.
CMN, you say?
It's like you can start from the like seaman. It's like deckhand.
Yes.
It's like course for 3 months. Then if you wanna grown up, so you have to study like 5 years generally.
Do more certifications
and to be an officer in the end. Like,
so deckhand, you learn how to do the right knocks.
Mooring operation, painting, you do dirty job.
Cleaning,
but it was good time because that was time when I went first time in Brazil, and I have line from Brazil to Norway. We are carrying some aluminium ore from Brazil.
My father, he's actually he sells aluminium in Brazil. He sells all his life, so I know we are not the biggest. I think China is the biggest.
Australia also.
But Brazil, I think we are quite good, and we are very good in recycling. We're recycling 99% of the aluminium.
I was
all
first
the cans and everything.
I was first time when I was 21 in Brazil, so I was impressed about this country. It was really nice.
You didn't stay there forever. That's surprising.
Because you have actually we've been in the small village for the name of Villa de Gabbana. So we are going through the river. Name of river is Para, maybe you heard.
Para,
And it was through the jungles.
Very big river.
2 days we are going to this city. So we are load like half of ships, and we come back because the draft so deep it's not enough depth, let's say like that, in the river. So you can take like 50-55% of cargo,
Yes.
So and you have to come back. Whereas the draft it's allows you to do full loaded cooperation.
Okay.
Yeah.
During that time when you start to study that, did you knew you wanted to be like in a boat life forever since the beginning? Like,
Yeah,
why did you have that spark? Like some parent of you did that?
No. I just like it was like easy way to travel.
Yes.
And of course, from that time you can start compare between countries, because for me, I didn't see my life, let's say, in Ukraine to do something. And yeah, you can live.
It was a good way to
yeah,
get
very
out of
nice
it.
because it was good money.
Yeah.
And you can, I mean, like invest, blah blah blah, but not to do something, not any kind of job on
those
shore.
kind of international jobs is good because they usually paid in dollar or euro, right? Like the international currency.
Yeah.
So it's I see some of the yachts life, you know, this how it calls it, there is like a series about yachty life, and then shows like
yeah, but before
some guests, like they come, they stay like 2-3 days, and then they tip like $10,000.
Yeah, but first you have
2 days is like crazy.
I start from the merchant fleet. We call merchant fleet because it's a cargo vessel.
Yes.
So, and you can understand, because it's quite boring. From Brazil to Norway, it was like 1 month in one way, like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
20.
You don't see much stuff around.
Yeah.
Just
So
ocean,
and also
ocean.
if you keep watch, I was on a watch. You don't have enough time to travel. I mean, far from the place where you moved.
Yeah.
And of course, I start to investigate and compare between markets. So when I finish my job in merchant fleet, I jump to the oil and gas industry.
Okay.
To working on a big oil rig.
Which is a pretty good industry.
Yes. Yeah, but the industry is good. The time life also is nice, and also the money. And I started to do my job in 2011, I think.
So right now you have the license. You can drive any type of any size of boat. Like you, you don't have limitation to.
Yeah, we have limitation because in yachting where I am now, because I'm working in yachting like 8 years.
Yes.
I can drive the boat. It depends from the how many tons.
Yes.
And how many meters.
Okay.
So if it's less 500 tons, I can drive.
Okay.
If it's
500 tons.
Yes. Just it's nothing. Just
man,
yeah.
it's nothing. Imagine crashing a thing like that. 500 tons crashing.
Yeah, it's like 43 meters. My boat, last boat, she was 41 meters. Yeah. And she's weighed like 400, even less. So I can drive.
Yeah.
You have flights. I mean, I have a license, so it's allowed to drive. Keep watching this kind of boat.
So in Odessa, you took this 5 years education there to
but
know about the motor, like.
No, you have like department.
Okay.
I was an officer. I was studying navigation, cargo operation. This special for, let's say, for merchant fleet. For example, you can carry 2 different kind of cargo, but you have to know how, exactly how it's. If you can separate, because for example, some of ore, it can be burned itself during the way, because the boat is moving, and during the way it's, you know, like it comes smoke, and you have to understand, can you keep this kind of cargo with other, for example, I don't know, some coal or something like that. So we are studying like this stuff. We study, of course, how to build ship from the beginning until the end.
That's very nice.
It's constructions.
Yeah.
And little bit about the engine. In the end, I was study engine because 3 years I was working like in new ship building, like a project manager, and also delivery stuff.
Yeah.
For example, if you're my customers, but you're living in Brazil, and you say, Nico, can you, for example, to deliver my boat from Turkey to Brazil? Yes, but in the end of the project, I have to be there. For example, we know date of launching the boat.
Yes.
We do the sea trial. It's like test with 2 independent guys. It's called surveyor.
Okay.
The guy who is checking everything.
Everything, every screw and.
Yeah. And he give last conclusions about boat, if she is ready or not. And I will inform you, for example, yes, Mr. Thomas, your boat is ready, so we are ready for across the ocean, and we will be there like 3 weeks, depends. Less now, it's less.
It's good because it's nice to have an idea of all departments in the boat, but in those kind of this size of boat, it's usually you have like people working in the bottom, just in the motor, looking after the motor, while you are on the top, and
so
you have
I
like
was
different departments inside.
We have like 3 departments on yachting. It's service, usually it's stewardess, it's a girl who is making tea, the cleaning.
Food.
For food we have like the guy, chief
in charge.
And the 2 guys usually of this kind of vessel on engine, and 2 guys on the bridge, so me and captain. We are keep navigational watch, so we are responsible for everybody because we are watching what's going on. We have to know the weather, blah blah blah, so this kind of stuff.
It's nice. So when was the first place you moved from Odessa? When you move away, because I know
Turkey.
Your kind of lifestyle, like a chief, a captain lifestyle. You when you're working, you're not at home, but usually you have a place you call home when you go back, when you want to have some holidays. So the first place you move away from Ukraine was Turkey?
No, it was Brazil. I thought you asking about the holiday. It was Turkey, but the first my foreign country, it was Brazil.
No, but the first place maybe you rented a house when you say, whenever I'm done with this project or with this work, I'm gonna settle here a bit for a month or maybe 2 or maybe 3.
At that time I was so young, and just collect money, and I spent some time vacation with my mom. Like with my relatives, let's say like that.
You were mostly back to Ukraine.
Yes, because the contract usually for Ukrainian it was like over 6 months, sometimes 7 months.
Long project.
It's quite difficult to stay 7 months.
When did you move first away from Ukraine? When you say like, okay, I'm gonna rent this apartment, or maybe I bought this apartment, or...
When I start work on the yachting, 8 years ago generally, because in this
you were like 28?
No, I soon turned 37, so it was
so
like
29.
39.
39?
Yeah.
You were born in 87?
Yes. So almost 8 years ago, I was 20
something, okay. Almost 30.
Yeah.
And then which place did you move first?
Italy.
Yeah.
Mostly I was living like 3 years in Italy.
Why is that? Because most of the projects you delivering
Italy
was
took
there?
on the market, I think, first place of yacht building.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I was living there.
It's very cultural, the boats there, boat life. And I was in holidays with my family in Kristiansand. And they have the cousin, the auntie of my wife. The guy got such a nice boat. Was like a Riva.
It's like 22 meters maximum. Yes.
Yeah, it was, but it was those kind of like James Bond style, like wood. Wow, it was so nice.
It was impressive.
It was very impressive. And everyone, because like we have some big boats around, but people are like, man, this is it's a good boat. We were like, fuck, and they have a day bed in the back and a room inside, just one room, but the boat itself, it was so nice.
But usually I'm working much bigger boats. They have everything.
I know. But it's, and then I asked, is this Italian? Because it looks so fancy, and it was like, it's Italian.
Italian, took the first place in the market. which is the country which is producing a lot of yacht.
Which city did you live
Ancona.
there? Ancona. That's extreme south, or? I'm not.
It's west part of Italy.
Okay. Did you enjoy that?
Because you are living good life, so you have apartment very nice. The owner, it's covered everything by company, car, food, everything is covered, clothes, everything. So you're just watching how it goes. If, for example, usually you can be on the beginning of project.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make too sense to keep a lot of people because it's money. The owner can keep like 2 person, one from navigational department, let's say bridge, and one from the engine. But it's quite difficult because it's not building only in one place. Some part can comes from Holland, like engine, the shaft lines from Dutch, blah blah blah. So if you know well your job, of course you have to watching how it goes and make some reports.
Yeah.
How
long did you live in Italy? You say
first time.
Yeah.
Like 7 months.
7 months.
Yeah.
So you didn't learn Italian. Parli italiano? Poco? No.
Just like some words, but like
the food is nice there in Italy.
Yeah, Italian culture. Yeah, it's really
nice.
Really
nice people. The last did a podcast 2 weeks ago was an Italian guy.
Yeah.
From Napoli.
He's living.
He lives in
the Napoli.
Molde.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But Napoli people don't call themselves Italian.
Nah, that in the beginning he was like, nah, I'm Napolitan, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Italian. Okay.
He
He works in a so then you live a few months in Italy. After Italy, where did you move?
Usually we come back if you sign permanent contract. It depends, of course.
It's a really like a moving lifestyle. Huh?
If, for example, if it's end of the project, of course we deliver it to some customers. That time it was in Qatar, and you have like holiday days. Usually it's like 42 days per year if your contract 1 year. But in the summertime, for example, if in Europe it's like period of 7 months, you can start your season from April until end of September. The people like enjoy in Europe, like Amalfi Coast, South France. But in Qatar it's like let's say good
season
weather.
All year.
Yeah. So was delivered in Qatar and we come back because they like, for example, Arabic people. We just was like delivery crew and that's it.
Yeah. And you say you work a bit in the oil sector, so you probably did you work some years in
Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia.
Many years, like 7 years.
Okay.
I start in Saudi Arabia, then I moved to Kazakhstan, to North Sea.
Yeah.
Egypt we did. I'm not working only in oil and gas. I'm also working on dredging. It means who is digging the under the water special hole for the pipes.
Yes.
It's like construction sector. Not only we are building between Denmark
infrastructure to the oil.
But in between Sweden and Denmark we was building wind farms.
Okay.
So that's like different.
In the ocean, yeah.
If you are seaman, you can study like short course for special kind of vessel. It's like which is built the name of vessel which is built wind farm. It's called like MPSV. So for that we don't study in Ukraine. We don't have teacher who is explain how it's working.
So you had to take.
I was study like 1 week in Holland because it was Holland company.
Yes.
So in Kazakhstan I was living like 2 months and I was study about the local
system.
So
policy.
it's you travel a lot, but
keeping studying and refreshing a lot
every
as well.
time. Always.
That's quite nice.
Then I think now it's before when oil was good. The price of the gallons.
Yes.
We get good money. We earn a lot, but it was like everything fall down and then time.
It's a commodity, it's always can go up and down. It's very volatile prices and brings the whole sector together. If it goes down, everyone goes down, and it is how it is. So from Italy, after you first move when was the second move? You probably France. France. Very nice as well. Good culture.
Like
Parlez français?
No.
I don't need Italian, but I know how those.
Yeah, but your Portuguese probably it's like one family
Portuguese,
of
yeah,
language.
it's
Italian,
similar,
Spanish.
and I can ask if you know how to speak, but if you say something else to me, I probably won't be able to answer you back, you know. So, but French is a nice language, it's a nice culture. I think it's very good. And those places when you were moving around after France, where did you go?
Spain, Barcelona,
Spain.
yeah.
Barcelona. Hablas español?
No.
And then this one I speak.
Yeah. In Barcelona we like staying 6 months, I think. In Barcelona.
Okay, yeah. When you were moving from those places, did you have to apply for a special permission?
You have Siemens. It's like passport.
Okay.
It's called Siemens book.
And then you have to when you anchor the boat, you get
no, not an anchor. It's in marina.
Okay.
Usually you have like
6
you don't need
months
visa.
to stay in the country,
no,
1
because
year.
you have a flag on boat.
Okay.
So you are signed on this flag. So even if it's part of Italy, let's say you're located in Italy.
But because you are sleeping in the boat and the boat is Russian, you are in Russia.
But of course, if you want to go travel, you get in the gate or in police. It's called sure pass.
Okay.
So you can move
a few
inside.
days or whenever you need it, you just apply and
it's usually in US, but in Europe, even when I started to do the job without any problem, you can move from one country to other country. If you have, for example, contract, I mean, you're not like refugees or homeless, blah blah. If someone asks, some police, you can show them, and that's it. No problem.
Okay. But how the taxes work? You pay the taxes in the country, you have the flag as well? Or?
No. In Ukraine, we never pay tax. If you are seaman, you just open bank account in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Because you paid for your education yourself.
Okay. But like if you get, so let's say you got a contract, say with the Dutch company, there with the wind thing, and then you have to pay for this contract taxes for the Dutch government? No. So you don't pay taxes?
Never. I mean, not like...
If like the Norwegian company wanted to hire you, probably...
They will pay.
Okay, they pay themselves.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So they say, we are willing to pay you that amount.
But even the Norwegian never do. It's only a few company. I mean, only a few country can do that. It's Denmark and Holland. They pay tax. And you can get your retirement. So that's
from that. Okay.
They doing everything is ASM, it's special code for Siemens. They do that, but not Norway, not
But and then
Sweden.
to work out for a captain like you have to be working the whole life in Holland or in Denmark. Otherwise, it's,
I mean, it's mostly in merchant sector, not in the yacht.
Yeah.
So.
Because imagine if you get a contract with a Brazilian company, which they don't take tax, and then you stay a year without paying tax to Holland, so they say, hey, that year you didn't pay. So
no, if you, for example, I was working always with mixed crew, the Greek people, Holland people, they paid 45% of tax from the salary. For example, if you are captain, even you earn like
45.
Yeah, in Holland.
That's
in Greece the same. Greece, I mean, little bit less, but have you been in Greece?
No.
Have you been in Holland?
Holland I've been, yeah.
Believe me, that's totally in shit Greece, but you pay so high tax for nothing.
No, Holland is not that. Holland is
Holland's
in a Greek
nice.
crisis. No, they're good. Yeah. I've been in Holland, in Amsterdam.
I used to live like 1.5 months before to came in Norway, close to the Belgium border. I've been many times in Holland, but for me the life in Holland is...
Which is your favorite country?
If we are talking about Europe or...
Let's say you earn big money, like lotto money. Right now you play lotto on Saturday and you win like 20 million euros. So you can open your own business, like a boat business yourself, or maybe you just don't want to do anything else, but where would you go if you get
It's for sure not country, it's an island.
Okay.
And I have never been there, but I just saw and I would like to go there. It's between Tasmania and New Zealand. I forgot the name of this island, but it's very famous place. And when I saw the program
between Tasmania and
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah. I forgot the name. I mean, I have never been there, but As I told you, last year I was trying to apply visa in Australia, but I get refused. So I have never been Australia, but I know it's 75% of desert, so you can just, you know, live close to the ocean. I mean,
the island's not Tasmania, because Tasmania is between Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, but they have smaller
island.
Yeah, I will.
Smaller,
Yeah,
okay.
I will send you the name for sure. Yes.
And why that appreciation
because
for
of the weather in that place, like not so hot, not so cold, like, you know, everything is average, and it's very close to the Australia if you need, I mean, to go in some big city, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But for me, for my opinion, that's the best place, but I have to try first to make like the last decision about, because I used to be in a lot of island, especially I like the name of island. It's one belong of France, it's north part of France, one belong of England.
Okay.
No car, just small road, you can use only tractor.
Yeah.
Or donkey, horse.
Donkeys, yeah.
But it's amazing island, and you can get only if it's tide allowed.
Okay. So the tide is too high, you don't get.
It's a lot of forest. It's amazing place.
Nice nature, good fruits.
Quite. I was impressed. I have never seen even that place in France.
So that kind of thing you like it.
Yes, I prefer.
In your future.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's a good, interesting perspective. How is the coffee? It's okay.
Yes,
it was good.
Right,
yeah, well, I haven't done it before, so it's nice.
Yeah.
It's
usually we drink with sugar, but it's okay.
Yeah. I think we can have a little break, not a break, but I always like to say thank you so much for INNOM, which is the place, the studio we recorded here, and for the staff, for Anna, Jorgensen, Marete, all people who work to Molde Comune in this office, and opened the doors to me and to my guests.
Yeah, thank you.
It's very, very nice to have a nice place to show things. And another thing I'm gonna give you later, it's I don't know if you have a year card in the Molde Bade.
I mean in a pool.
Swimming pool,
yeah. Okay.
Because I'm giving you one day, it's like an adult ticket. So and then you can, if you have a year card yourself, you can give to your kid or
appreciate it.
Use it as much as you wanted. Neither of them are sponsors in this project, but I like to thank them for the opportunity and availability. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So moving around, and we were like, you were Italy, France, Spain. Let's keep going the line.
Yeah, but it was like, you know, 8 years ago, but before I've been in many places, but not so long.
Yeah, I know. You've been in Brazil. How many do you have that number in your head? How many countries you've been?
More than 70.
More than 70. Yeah. Which one do you like it most? The ones you've been. This is nice because, you know, it's people can.
I've been in Argentina, like in Port Rosario. We have chance to walk, and I was wondering because a lot of Greek people lives there.
Okay. Yeah.
And of course German.
A lot of Italians back in the days.
Yeah, but Germans probably most. I think it's because of Second War they escaped in that place.
Yeah.
I think so.
Can be, yeah.
It's for sure not. I mean, if you're talking about the Europe, I think, for my opinion, the best place for me it was Holland.
Holland, okay.
Yes.
No, not Europe, but generally the places. I asked already the place you wanted to move if you get big money. You told me this place between Australia and Tasmania, New Zealand, but you haven't been there. But the places you have been, which one you like it most?
I've been also last time like 5 years ago in Miami.
Yeah.
But only 5 years ago.
You like it? I remember when we talked in the sauna and you told me, I'm trying to apply for US, and I was like, fuck,
I've
been just in California, and I didn't see myself living in
but you see
US.
the situation now, it's changed everything.
Yeah, but it's like I just felt like the place is nice, you know. I was in California, San Diego, LA. You see all these big cars, people, but it's so much people, so much of everything. It's too big, too busy. It's too much, you know. It's
first time I went in Oregon, Portland. You know, it was like empty place because
fishing,
nothing there.
yeah, it's like a fishing city,
And you know it's nothing there. And this is the America, this is the US.
yeah.
No, it's not my place for sure.
And then when Miami is a bit
Yeah,
more
Miami
Latino, and you have all this, yeah. But it's still, I don't see myself. But
yeah.
you like it.
Yeah, you know, for last conclusion, you have to compare between like you
Yeah.
have been and you was living right in Australia.
I live in Australia, yeah,
So
almost 5 years, yeah.
So why you don't stay there?
Visa.
Visa.
That was visa.
And also you met your wife.
I met my wife
And
there,
you-
but that's a place we would definitely, me and her would stay longer if we could,
Okay.
because economically was viable, was very
Yeah.
nice. The lifestyle we were having there was very nice, and the place is nice, people is nice. But as you say, the visa drama, it's very hard. It's very hard to get the visa, and you see people who, I wouldn't say not deserve to get the visa, but like they get. There is ways you can get the visa, but I wasn't able to put myself in those positions to
Yeah, I
to
understand.
bend the
what
head
you're
so
talking
much and say, oh please, to supply. Like I wanted to happen naturally. It didn't happen, so I was like, okay, that's fair enough to me. I have a good time. I'll move away, but I saw people really forcing up to get it, and they eventually you get it. But it's
But most people from India, let's say, from that kind
oh, Asia, there is a lot of people from Brazil, from everywhere. It's a really cosmopolitan country right now, but it's I didn't want to subject myself to
Yeah,
certain positions, and I was seeing a lot of immigrants there living for a long time with their citizenship and stuff, still renting houses, and like not in economically picture I would see myself in the future. And whenever I came here to Norway, I didn't have my kid yet, but me and my wife, we were like, okay, let's buy a house. We were like really taking steps. We couldn't do that in Australia because of the visa.
Yeah, but for Norwegian probably different rules, I think.
Yeah, and in my case, I came with a Norwegian girl, so it was
Yeah,
much
but
easier.
You have two passports.
I have now 2 passports. Yeah, I have the Portuguese one as well.
Yeah, that's maybe because I think for this.
But it wouldn't be a problem if I just have the Brazilian one.
Because when
Having
I was,
the Norwegian wife, if you have a wife, it doesn't matter where you're from.
it's strange because when I was living in Italy, for Italian it's free. If you want, you can stay.
Yeah.
I saw because Portuguese passport is also like strong passport in the world, I think.
Now, yeah. When I got that when I was here in Norway. I didn't have the Portuguese passport while I was in Australia, but it wouldn't change much. In Australia, you're more welcome as a European than a South American for sure. But it was a drama, very hard to get, and it's okay, But those steps we were taking here. That's what I wanted,
Yeah, I think you not regret about it.
Yeah, I was over 30. I was like, man, I have to move my ass, and start to build some roots in a place. So I think it was a nice decision. Of course, I missed the weather. I was surfing a lot in Australia, and
Because it was your childhood in Brazil. I mean,
yeah, I did that same thing. Australia is great. And I understand why you want to be in that area, even you haven't been. But it makes sense.
yeah. Let's try
And
again.
economically, it's strong and everything, so it's good. How many languages do you speak?
I mean, when you ask me about the Italian, I understand.
Yes.
Like, not like just capito, not capito,
Yeah.
sinistra, what does it I can understand what they're talking about,
Yeah.
but I cannot talk. Just now, like English, Ukrainian, Russian, and it's like last time I was living 1 year in Turkey, so I understand
Okay.
Turkish because I have friends from Azerbaijan. It's the same
Yeah,
language,
they
so
are
I
neighbors.
can understand little. Yeah.
Okay. But it's funny how every Ukrainian speak Russia, and every Russian speak Ukraine now.
No, they doesn't understand at all.
Okay.
Ukrainian.
Okay. Because that in Brazil, a lot of us in Brazil, we think we do speak Spanish, and I think I do. I try to do that with my kid. But we have a friend of my wife. She came from Brazil last week. She stayed with us 1 week, and they are friends from. They met in Spain.
Okay.
The Brazilian girl and my wife. So she's from Brazil, but she wasn't not my friend. I didn't know her. And then she came and she was speaking Spanish because they were like in this exchange 8 years ago. And then she told me, "You don't speak Spanish."
Okay.
Sorry to tell you that. And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "Nah, some words you just say that doesn't exist. You know, that word it's kind of a mix of Portuguese and Spanish, but there is no."
Yeah, but they have Catalonian language, right?
As well, yeah. But
It's
the girl
different.
told me, she was like, "Nah, you need to study it properly," because it was quite a cold shower I took from her. But I was like, okay, maybe I should be. But in Brazil and between Portuguese and Spanish is very close, but very little of us speak Spanish, and from the Spanish ones, very little of them speak. But I see the Ukrainians. I met a lot of Ukrainians now since the war started, and we got a lot of people in Molde in Norway. I have one in my class in my master course. He's from Ukraine, and they are so good in Russian as well.
Yeah, we are speaking Russian.
Yeah, it was very impressive. All of the ones I met, they can speak Russian, and they say, "Maybe my grandmother,
Yeah, because
she lived in
the
Russia,
west-
she was Russian," and so it was
west
a lot of
part is
history
probably,
connection.
they speak Russian,
yeah.
the west side, but south, they like between Russian and Ukraine, they have special language.
Yeah.
Especially place where I was born, we are speaking like close to Ukrainian but not Russian.
Okay.
In Odessa, it's like 200 kilometers from my place, they speak in Russian.
Russian. Yeah.
If you go north, I don't know, probably who is living close to the Poland, Romania, they have local language which is I don't understand at all,
It's
because
like a dialect.
yeah, because the Ukraine, it was even now I think it's the bigger country in Europe without
Yeah.
the Crimea, and the border, we have border with Moldova, Romania, Poland.
If you move for those close to the border,
Yeah,
they have
they-
a dialect kind
Hungary,
of
yeah.
a blended, like they mix
Hungarian
it.
language, it's
They
something
mix
like
it Ukrainian
alien
with the
language
yeah.
for me, Hungarian, so I don't understand them at all. But
Yeah, this is common in big countries. In Brazil, we speak Portuguese all country, but there is a lot of dialect between states and words you heard. And it's like, fuck, I have no clue what you're talking to.
I was
me.
working with British people who is especially from Manchester, and I also 2 months ago I've been in Italy, in Bologna. I met the guy. We are rent the room, and he came to visit Ferrari museum, and he said, "Can you imagine? I met the guy from Liverpool, and I don't understand any fucking words."
Yeah.
But he is asking me, "Are you speak English?"
Too harsh.
Yeah, and I was working with Manchester people, the people from South Africa. They speak quite strange language.
Yeah. The Australian. When you're gonna go there, you're gonna see as well. It's quite different as well.
Because mostly we hire the people from South Africa. They have like 2 colonies. It was like Holland colony and England. And in Jotin, a lot of people from South Africa.
Yeah.
And also last year when I was working in Turkey and I live in there, I was arranged the guy from South Africa. Jed, hello. Really good guy.
Yeah.
They speak English, but native is Afrikaans. And a lot of people from actually that place.
They speak another language.
Yeah, like 3 or...
Yeah. It's a whole blending. So talking about this travel experience as well, which woman for you was the most
Brazilian.
the Brazilian
Of course,
one?
yes.
Yeah, for you was
Latinos.
the
Yeah.
so the fame. It's true. They are.
Yeah.
They deliver.
When I was 21 and you know on the ship I was the younger guy, and you know the older guys say, "Come on, you have to try, man," you know, like yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And I'm okay, because it's like between community of seamen, it's like you become the prody if you had, I mean, you know, with Latina women. So
I understand. They are famous worldwide, and It's nice to hear that. Even I'm not a woman, and it's like
sorry, bro.
No, it's okay, and it's funny because you see, I have a good time in Brazil while I was there. Yeah, but I ended up marrying a Norwegian. It's so funny, but I know how good they are, and it's nice to hear.
Yeah. So,
this confirmation from someone for so far away, and there we go, Brazilian woman. You guys are doing great. Good job.
Yeah, for all Brazil. I mean, the Latinas women is probably the most of population lives in Brazil, right? I think. And it's also the biggest country in South America.
Yeah, we are the biggest.
And of course, I met a lot of beautiful women with special Latina shape, which is amazing.
The Colombians are very famous. Venezuelans are very famous as well.
And I've been in Ecuador also. I've been in Ecuador also. But generally, it's Latinas women, right?
We have all this blending of like European, Indian, like the native ones, and then the Africans as well. So it's a very big. I think I read something long time ago. Is in the black market, the Brazilian passport was the most valuable one.
Oh, okay.
Because you couldn't, if you were a policeman, if you take an Indian guy, you know how they're gonna look like, a Ukrainian guy or Russian or whatever. You can be maybe a bit confused if they're from Ukraine, but a Brazilian guy, he can look like a Japanese, or he can look like African, or he can look like look like anything. So it's the most hard to distinguish.
Actually, I met a lot of Japanese people in Brazil, and I was wondering.
We have a big colony, very big colony. In my city in São Paulo,
that's moved from Japanese after the Second War, I think.
Yeah.
Because I've been in Suriname, it's Holland colony.
Yes.
A lot of also the Filipinos, like this kind of,
Yeah, we have a whole neighbor in São Paulo. It's just Japanese neighbor, and things are writing in Japanese, and you get the nice sushi, and it's very good. All right, things. I think we are getting close. 43 minutes now. Another thing I want to ask you: when you came to Norway, when was last year?
First time.
No, you've been here a few times before.
I came. I went here like in April 2023 to visit my son. I came from Turkey directly to Italy, and from Italy I went in. It was April, and it was fully on snow, and I was because no special clothes, nothing,
Yeah.
And I was staying like 1 week, and I left. I come back in Estonia for private business. Then from Estonia I come back to Turkey.
Okay.
Then second time it was in August for 3 days, and I left. After 3 days I left, and I moved to Holland, and I was staying like 1.5 months in Holland. Then I little bit traveled Holland because, let's say, for business in Italy, Lithuania, to visit my mom, to visit my friend, Then I come back here, like, let's say 2.5 months ago. From that time, I've been just only once out of Norway.
Do you like it? Do you see like yourself?
So I've been like,
here,
I was staying like 3 times in Oslo, like for a few days, but for me, I don't blame anybody, I just say my opinion. For me, it's really, really boring place.
Boring place.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to be strong mentally to live here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And you have beautiful place, but I was wondering when I went first time in Narvik. It's up to north.
Yes.
You heard maybe. And Sandelsora, which is closed.
Yeah.
It's like you can compare the village and city. Yeah, it's beautiful fjords, ocean, blah blah blah. But come on.
No, but I think it's not about to like nature, but you need to like nature in a cold weather, in a shit weather, and that's very hard to. Because people who like nature, there is a lot of people, but whenever we're talking about to go out in the nature, to go for a tour in the mountain when it's like 0 degrees, kind of raining, slush in the floor, and then it's not fun, At least for me, my wife, she does every day. She takes the clothing.
She was born here, and
she
she's
goes.
Norwegian.
She needs that kind of fresh air in the face whenever the weather is raining. can be anything coming from the sky. She's gonna go out and it's all good for her. For me, it's I can go, but I don't enjoy it, so I don't do it much, you know. So you're gonna see me if you stay longer in Molde. I always in these inside places. I do a lot of sports and activities, but I always like working out. I go to the Klartevägen, Moldevägen, so I climb, I go to the swimming pool, sauna, and then I'm very activated, but I'm trying to do
but because
indoor
here
stuff.
you can do nothing. I mean, just like
Yeah, you can do out, but it's you know, swimming. You go swim in the fjord. It's not.
But anyway,
you shouldn't do it, you know, because it's cold and you might do it alone.
Raining, yeah.
It's quite dark, you know. Even in the sunny time, it can be maybe there's a lot of boats coming and going. You can get. It's not. You shouldn't do it, you know.
Yeah. That's for sure.
I did a lot of the stand-up paddle in the islands around.
But in the summertime, right?
In the summertime, so I have like a very small gap to do it. And are you trying to learn Norwegian?
No, just a few words, like to be polite with the local people, because they give for Ukrainian, like. But I'm not refugees here, so I didn't get any money from the government. I mean nothing. I'm just legal here.
And if you wanted to study, you have to pay in this school, the Voksenoplæring.
I don't know about the program for Ukrainian already, but
you should check it out because
but
they have this school.
you know,
but for your career, it's not.
To be honest,
it
doesn't make any sense to learn this kind of language. But I respect the people who came here. You have to follow the rules. So
if they are in the program, they have to do it. It's kind of.
But anyway, even
they
if
cannot do, if they wanted, they don't do it. But then you lose some of the allowance they are giving.
Anyway, you know. If you came in this country, please be polite and learn, because this is the Norway.
I think this you should do in every country. If you move to a country, you should learn the language of them. Even they don't want to speak like the Norwegians. They're not close people, but they are not very talkative. But still, I think it's very nice to know some words.
Yeah, just to be like Hedebra, you know, it's like so just to be polite with the teacher in a school, with the market, blah blah blah.
Because in your career it's gonna be English. Is English forever, right? It's always will be.
And I'm thinking about the Spanish.
Okay.
A few days I was like, I need to learn Spanish language.
It's
because like 65% of yachting is over there.
Okay.
In the winter time, it was like Turkey because it was cheaper, but Turkey, I was living 1 year, 11 months and 2 weeks. The economic is fucked up.
Yeah.
The democratic country, a lot of refugees, but only rich refugees.
Yeah.
I get the residence of Turkey for 1 year and I paid money for that. It's cost around $2,000 if you want to be resident.
Yeah.
And you have to prove where do you live exactly. I mean the place.
Yeah.
Which is apartment. So job, you have to show the money, how much you have money on your account.
So it's not everyone who can get it.
It's not easy to get. And also the price was crazy. When I went 2022 in September, for 10 euro you can buy, I mean, like, if it's convert, because the local currency is lira, but anyway, in the end of the project, you need to spend like for food, for everything, around like $75 to be full, to be good.
Yeah.
It's for 1 day.
Oh wow, it's a lot.
Yeah, and also the price in the summertime goes up.
It's a big inflation that they have a problem with the central bank. The president changed the central bank president I think the last 4 years it was more than 10 central bank
they want to take some land from the Greece. They have a fight between each other because
a lot of Syrians coming in and since the war.
They also Muslim, but the Turkish people doesn't like Arabic people.
Yeah, I met a lot of people from Syria here who first to move to Norway, they moved to Turkey. They lived there for a few years or 10, and then they were applying to get a place in Norway, and
Turkey
luckily they got it, so now they are here, and I think they enjoy much more.
Turkey is good about the medicine. I respect how they learn, because even they do speak English, but every time they have translator, the girl, the guy who is translator, and very high of quality of medicine. I was wondering because a few times.
The location, they are between Asia and...
No, I was living in Antalya.
Yeah. No, but I mean the country itself, they are like located
huge,
between Asia,
country,
between
Europe,
and then they have a Middle East as well. So they are really the meeting of, I think, all the information they can get. They can learn for every point, so it can be a... What would you say if you have like a family member from your family wants to move around and he likes he say, Mama, I want to travel like Nico and I want to be an immigrant in the world, and not specifically in Norway, or which tip, like what recommendation would say, if you do that kind of, if you follow this kind of path, you're gonna be a good immigrant and you're gonna thrive in the world. And
I think
this is for the listeners, if some people, because I guess some people who watch my episodes, they are probably happy in their place, maybe in Brazil, maybe in Australia, but they probably want to move away. So which kind of
just dream, and you have to realize your dream, because
nice. Everything recording.
Okay.
That's good.
So we have to switch on, right? The microphone, I think. Okay.
For you if you want it. We don't need to be with that, but it's nice to, in the beginning, just to have an idea how the audio is. 1 2 1 2 8 8 8
Yes,
1
good.
2 1 1 1 8 8. I'm not hearing myself. Testing. Oi. Can you hear me?
Yes, bro.
Pretty good.
Yes, well.
Yourself as well?
Yes, bro.
You satisfied?
Yeah.
All right. We'll just do a little clap. What we can do now, it's maybe may do for the thumbnail, for this picture in the, in the video. We make some different positions. So, and then after I take just a frame. I think it's good. 3 2 1. What's your surname before we start?
Surname? Oh, it's quite difficult. Postovik.
Postovik, okay.
Yeah.
Nico Postovik.
Yeah. Nico, it's Italian because...
Yeah, Nico.
But in Ukrainian...
Nicola.
Nicola, yeah.